Good evening and welcome. It has been quite some time since I've been on camera, so bear with me while I get like my sea legs back. Like, I've already forgot this. There we go. And red for Marvel. There you go. Okay. So, yeah, it's been a while since I've been on camera. It's been a while since we've done this. So, this is for Season 6, Round 5 of the Solo Champions League. It is a semi-competitive way of playing Marvel Champions. This is the final round of Season 6, and as is tradition, all the way back to Season 1, Round 5 is extremely difficult. And Season 6, Round 5 is no different in that regard. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no different in that regard. Very difficult. So, we have Zola as our villain with the modular set of Master of Time. So that means there's a little bit of Kang showing up in our Zola. A little bit of difficult showing up in our ultra difficult. So we are going to have to be dealing with that. We're going to be using Ant-Man Scott Lang. He's our only option today. We got to choose our aspect though, and I chose aggression. That's no real surprise. If you've been in the Discord server since the beginning of the round, it's pretty much been decided that is the way to go. There's a lot of minions that are going to get thrown at us, and we need to whittle down Zola when we're able to, so it's really going to focus on doing that damage via aggression cards. But I'm looking at the start, and I'm already a little unnerved, because we've got two side schemes in play. We're down an ally. We have one minion here. There's a lot going on, and I don't know what my first hand's going to look like, so I guess we should just kind of figure out what that is, huh? So, we get 6 cards to start with. Swarm Tactics is kind of useless as long as Wasp is up there. So you know what? I'm actually going to mulligan that one. We don't need to heal anything, so we can say goodbye to Moment of Triumph. Giant Stomp. I mean, that sounds kind of nice, but it's not really necessary. You know what? While Ultimate Bioservant's out here, though, it might be useful. Nah, I think we mulligan all 3 of those, and we say, what 3 cards are we going to get in their place? We have Pin Particles, which isn't really helping right now. Mockingbird is helping, I'll take that. And Resize. So that's a few solid options in there. We can get both allies out there and do a Resize, which is good. Didn't get the helmet like I wanted, but, you know, what are the odds that that happens? So we're definitely going to get Mockingbird out there. Let's see, after you spend this, heal 2 damage. If I'm in giant form, I get to draw a card. If I'm tiny, if you're on tiny, oh, sorry, hold on. Heal 2 damage if I'm in giant form, or draw 1 card if I'm in tiny. So we're going to want to be in tiny for that to happen, I think. So let's go ahead and switch to tiny form. After you change this form, remove 1 threat from scheme. We're going to go for this one because I don't want to deal with extra encounter cards. That's going to be more minions to deal with, and I don't want that. We're going to spend Pin Particles here to get Ironheart out. So after she comes into play, we draw a card. But also, because of Pin Particles and us being in tiny form, we get to draw another card. Helmet. That is what we wanted to see. So, remove 1 threat from the main scheme. So that's not going to help me right now. So 1, 2, 3 to get Ant-Man's helmet out here. This is very good news, getting that helmet very early. I wish I could do Mockingbird, but then I can't do Resize this turn. Do you change the heal 2 damage from your hero? I don't need to do that right now. You know what? Maybe we do go out for Mockingbird. Save. We won't use Resize this turn. Get Mockingbird out here. We'll go ahead and stun Zola. Then with these 2, we'll use Mockingbird to clear off test subjects, just ending that. To do a damage for that, unfortunately. And then 1, 2 Ironheart as well, as we go ahead and do 1 damage to Ultimate Bioservant. Oh, Zola has Retaliate, so we can't really... Oh, he's got Toughness, so instead of that, I just would have removed the Tough status card. Forgot about that, I guess. Alright. Oh, and we still have Ant-Man himself. We'll go ahead and do 2 Thwart. Bring this down to 2 HP. 2 threat, I mean. Okay. I'm not super thrilled. I'm okay, but honestly, that's as good as I can ask for on the first turn, I think. Let's see what our next hand has in store. Valkyrie, Brawn, we've got War Machine. Moment of Triumph might be nice. If we have to heal, we'll see what happens. So, one threat goes on the main scheme as well as one of these counters. Zola goes to attack, but he is stunned. Then Ultimate Bioservant attacks, and we're just going to take that. He has no attachment, so it's just the one. We're going to go down to 11. Then before turn 2, we get an encounter card. Master Plan. Place 4 threat on each side scheme. I'm very glad that we beat that side scheme. If there are no side schemes in play, discard, blah, blah, blah. Perfect. So, I mean, we did fill up the prison again, but it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. So War Machine sounds nice. I can only fit one more ally out here, and I think Brawn is the way to go. What are we? We are... So I can heal 2 if I go up to Giant form. If I spend this, I can draw a card. So let's go ahead and spend 1, 2, and 3 to get Brawn out here, so we can draw a card for that. After you change to Giant form, get +1 attack until the end of the turn. What's his attack in Giant? Good question. His attack in Giant is... I gotta say, Ant-Man is probably my favorite hero they've released so far. Ooh, that'd be 4 attack, which would be enough to take out Ultimate Bioservant all by myself. Let's do it. Let's spend... It's an upgrade, so that's just always out there. We'll keep Valkyrie for next turn. Switch to Giant form. Switch to Giant form, allowing us to get 4 attack this turn. Save Valkyrie for next turn. Because we went to Giant, we can heal 2 damage, bring us up to full HP again. So I could fully take on Ultimate Bioservant. We're going to do 1 damage to Zola, which is going to defeat Ironheart, but you know what? It's just 1 ping damage to him. I'll take it. After Brawn attacks, remove 1 threat from a side scheme. We're going to use an attack here, so that's going to be 1 damage here. It's going to be 2 damage to Brawn, unfortunately, because of the Retaliate of Zola. But we do get to take 1 threat off a side scheme here. And Mockingbird we'll use to thwart this turn. Use Ant-Man to attack, getting rid of Ultimate Bioservant. And I think that's it. There we go. Only get 4 hand size. We already have Valkyrie. So 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we got? We got another Moment of Triumph. Surprise attack is very useful. Deal 3 damage to an enemy, 4 damage instead if you paid for this card using a might resource. So that's definitely a go-to. But getting Valkyrie out there might be really useful. We'll see what happens with the minion situation at the end of this turn. So 1 threat, 1 counter there. He's going to attack. We're going to have Mockingbird defend for us. That's an attack of 2. Shuffle Zola mutate into the encounter deck. Shuffle Zola's mutate into... Oh, so he can still come up. I got it. Basically, I couldn't figure out what the point of that was. Like, he's already there. So he gets shuffled in, and then we have to do an encounter card before turn 3. So far, this is honestly going better than I thought. I am sticking to the praise strategy of just getting allies out if you can. And I mean, it's working, obviously. It's just a question of how long. Okay. I think I want to change to tiny form. allowing me to do a surprise attack and draw a card. But getting Valkyrie out there sounds really nice too. What happens if I change the signing? I can remove a threat. I have no minions in place, so Valkyrie's kind of wasted. Alright, we're doing it. We're going to switch to tiny form, which when we do that, we remove one threat from a scheme. We'll do the main scheme this time. Also, because of this, we can draw a card. Spider-Girl, now that's more what I'm talking about. Oh, and I wanted to do surprise attack. So we'll spend Valkyrie to do surprise attack. Oh wait, not Valkyrie. It's got to be team building exercise. Right here. That way, we can deal 4 damage to Zola, bringing him down to 8 HP. We will take a retaliate damage for that, but that's totally worth it. And I'm going to spend this other 2 to get Spider-Girl out here. After you play Spider-Girl from your hand, stun or confuse a minion. Oh, there is no minion. That is the unfortunate part, but we do get another defense out here, essentially. We'll use Brawn real quick. It's going to be 2 more damage to Brawn, but it'll be 1 damage to Zola, and 1 more threat removed from the scheme. Okay. Maybe I should have saved Spider-Girl for next turn. That maybe would have been smarter. I still have Ant-Man here and his ability, so yeah, we'll thwart for 2. That makes sense. Probably should have attacked with him, honestly. That would have been a smarter move. Alright. Once I clear that off, I do get Wasp into my hand, so it is worth trying to get her. Okay. That's 1 threat in the main scheme and 1 of these, and I believe that means... yeah, we have to reveal cards. Sorry, I'm just going to bring it a little bit closer so I can read it a little easier. Place 1 test counter here. Then, if there are 3 or more test counters here, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play, engage with the player, first player, and then remove 3 test counters from this. Okay. So, we have to go until we get a minion out here. Let's see what we get. Kang, of course it's Kang. Oh, that's actually really bad, yeah. That's really bad. Oh well. Oh well. Okay, Zola's going to attack. We're going to defend with Brawn. He attacks for 2. Shuffle this back in, and that defeats Brawn. Kang attacks, and I guess he gets Villainous, so he does get a boost card. You know what? We're just going to take his, I think, in the hopes that I can use Spider-Girl next turn in another way. Hopefully use her to get 2 damage somewhere. To Kang, preferably. There we go. Oh, we have to do an encounter card before turn 4. So yeah, we're going to take Kang's damage of 1, 2 damage, bringing us down to 9. And then an encounter card is Ancient Grudge. Kang, Master of Time, activates against you. If Kang is not in play, search the encounter deck, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so he's going to activate again. So that's another attack. We're just going to take this one as well of 1 damage only. Okay, so Kang didn't hurt that bad. Okay. We're going to let Spider-Girl attack to get rid of this tough status card. We're going to do something a little different, I think. We're going to spend Hive Mind to get another Giant Strength out here. Because if we change to Giant form, first of all, heal 2 damage, so that'll bring me up to 10. And then now we have attack of 3, 4, 5. We'll do the 5 attack to Kang, so he'll have just 1 health left. I'm going to put 1 there just to signify that. And then I will spend really... Let's go back. Let's go back. Instead of that, we're going to spend these 2 to get Bug out here. Bug's going to do an attack of 1, doing 1 damage here. Then Ant-Man attacks for 5. That clears out Kang and heals the 1 from Bug. So Bug's at full HP. That worked. Okay. I'm okay with that. That was actually helpful. Okay. Still have Spider-Girl in play. We do get stuck with 4 cards, unfortunately, but Army of Ants. How long? Haven't seen a single Army of Ants yet. Okay, finally though, right? 1 threat in the main scheme as well as 1 of these counters. Zola's going to attack. We're going to defend with Spider-Girl. That is 2, 3, 4, 5. Goodbye, Spider-Girl. Hardly knew ye. And then before turn 5, we have another encounter card. Shadows of the Past. That is unfortunate. That is how it goes, though, right? Always Shadows of the Past, it seems. So these have to get shuffled in. While you are in giant form, Yellow Jacket gains the giant trait and retaliate 1. While you're in tiny form, Yellow Jacket has the tiny trait and gets +1 attack. Ant-Man's nemesis minion. All right. Treat the printed text in the tech player. Treat the printed text box of each tech player card as if it were blank. So no more helmet until we beat Yellow Jacket. But that should be okay because we've got 4 damage between Bug and Ant-Man, and we'll heal Bug in the process. So that's not so bad. Okay, so let's deal with that. Let's use... Oh, that's when we get rid of him. That's when we get rid of that, not... So maybe instead of... what to do? I think what we have to do, unfortunately, is waste the helmet this turn. Just thinking here. I could get rid of Yellow Jacket. But the retaliate 1 will actually defeat Bug, so that's not the way to go. We'll use Bug to do 1 thwart, getting rid of this, taking a damage. Then we'll do 3 attack. That'll do 3 to Yellow Jacket, taking a hit to Ant-Man. Then we heal this for doing the attack. Switch to tiny form. In doing so, we remove 1 threat from the scheme, so that's that one gone. We can spend Nick Fury here to get Army of Ants out, and Lockjaw to get Risk Gauntlets out, even though I don't particularly think I'm going to be using Risk Gauntlets. I think it's just more of a getting it out of my deck type situation. Oh, this isn't a tech upgrade. It's not. So we can just use it, do 1 damage, and take out Yellow Jacket. So that was pretty good. I'll take it. Okay. That was more of just dealing with Shadows of the Past. We didn't really advance the game too much. We do have You'll Pay for that. That could be really helpful depending on this attack. Army of Ants, obviously. Giant Stomp isn't really going to be necessary, but 2 Army of Ants will be. Toe-to-toe could be good too. But we're going to keep You'll Pay for that in mind. How to play. Have I done any how to play videos? I have not done any how to play videos. So I will, I'll try and take a little bit, I'll take my time a little bit here. I don't consider myself an expert in this game. That's the one thing. I play this for fun, and I think I picked up a lot, mostly from just the other players in the league. But I will do my best to explain it as I go. So Ant-Man has 3 forms. Now, while most heroes have an alter ego and a hero form, Ant-Man has 2 different hero forms. So he can switch once per turn to one of those other forms. So he can be alter ego to giant, or giant to tiny, vice versa, all over the place, switch between any one of them. So that's what's going on with Ant-Man as I use his attacks and thwart and all of that stuff. Now there's also my cards I have in play here, some supports, upgrades, allies. A lot of them have effects like Army of Ants, which reads, if I'm in tiny hero form, which I am, exhaust Army of Ants and deal 1 damage to an enemy. So that's what just happened with Yellow Jacket there. I exhausted Army of Ants, so that's what you saw with twisting. You just kind of rotate it 90 degrees, and that says you exhaust it, so you can only do that once per turn. And I did 1 damage to Yellow Jacket. Now, the other thing is I was in giant form when I attacked Yellow Jacket, and therefore I had 3 attack, as listed on the giant side of his card. So that's what that was. Now, all of those things are helping me reach the end game of beating the villain, thwarting the side scheme, and dealing with any minions that come out along the way. So that's the nuts and bolts way of looking at it, I guess, is you're just trying to build a board that you can use to defend yourself and attack yourself and all of that, but I'll try and do a better job of explaining going forward. I'm going to be playing 3 times tonight, so we are on turn 5 of the first game, so definitely stick around, and I'll do my best to explain more. So, we're now entering the villain phase. In the villain phase, 1 threat gets added to the main scheme, and we're also adding one of these counters as per the text on that main scheme. Whenever there's 3 counters here, we remove them, and we have to deal ourselves a minion. So now Zola, our villain, is going to attack. I don't know what to do here. I guess I could just take it and use a you'll pay for that, but I haven't had too many threat issues. Now I'm looking at it out there, and there's not a lot of great options. So, yeah, we're going to let him attack us, and then we'll use you'll pay for that. So it's an attack of 2. Give the villain a tough status card, unfortunately. We're going to take 2 damage, bringing us down to 7 HP from 9. I'm going to play toe-to-toe from hand to pay for. You'll pay for that. After the villain attacks you, remove 1 threat from the scheme for each damage you took. I took 2 damage, so we'll remove 2 threat. Boom. Then, before we go on to turn 6, we're going to take ourselves an encounter card. So this is something that's going to happen to us, something the villain's doing to us. Mind Ray. When revealed, in hero form, Zola attacks you and you are stunned. So I'm stunned. Zola's going to attack, and I feel like I just have to take it. What are my options? I mean, Bug could take it for us. You know, we're going to have Bug defend for us. I don't have anything for next turn, so we're going to leave Bug there. We're going to go ahead and just take this attack, I think. All right, 2. 3 damage is going to Ant-Man, bringing us down to 4. So where'd that 3 damage come from? He has an attack value of 2. You discard an encounter card and then count the little boost token icons here in the bottom corner of that card. That will tell you how much damage you take. All right. Not in a great place. I am stunned. And, okay. Not liking it. So, I think what we're going to do is actually thwart for 2, getting rid of this, and go ahead and take Wasp here into our hand. I'll use Army of Ants here to get rid of his tough status card. I really don't want to get rid of Army of Ants this way, but I do really want to get Wasp out there. Tricky, tricky, tricky. But if I go to giant form, I'll also heal 2 damage, which I could definitely use. So we're going to do it. We're going to go to giant. I really got it. No, we're going to spend these 2 to get 2 Army of Ants out here instead. I was thinking we'll go and get Wasp out, but I think spending that to get Army of Ants out instead is going to be more useful. Use these two to do 2 damage, bringing Zola down to 5 HP. We'll use Bug here to get rid of this last threat, I think. He's going to do a damage to Bug. And I think I'm considering going down to alter ego mode to heal, but maybe that's just not necessary. Maybe I'm overreacting. So let's just ready everything up. We'll stay in tiny form and see what we got. We have resize, endurance, surprise attacks. 2 surprise attacks. So 2 surprise attacks linked with resize. That's pretty good. That's going to give us some options here. So 1 threat goes on the main scheme. That's also going to add a 3rd counter here. So now you have to discard cards till we discard a minion. Put that minion engaged with us. All right, Zola's going to attack. We're going to defend with Bug. So that's 2, 3, 4. That defeats Bug. He's out of here. Ultimate Bioservant's going to attack. We're just going to take it. It's just 1 damage, so we'll take it. Going down to 3, unfortunately. Then we're going to go to turn 7 with an encounter card. Zola's Experiments. After a minion enters play, attach the topmost tech attachment in the encounter discard pile to that minion. That's not good. Those tech attachments, while we avoided them pretty well this game, are not really helpful for obvious reasons. We're going to use an Army of Ants to get rid of this tough status card. We're going to use... some options here. We're going to... Shoot. Forgot about that. We have to attack with Ant-Man here to get rid of this stunned. Unfortunately, that's the only way I can deal with that. We will use 1 Army of Ants on Bioservant there, bringing him down to 3. And the other one we're going to use on Zola, bringing him down to 4. Then we're going to switch to Giant form. In switching the Giant form, we get to heal 2 damage. And we can also deal a damage to an enemy. We're going to do that damage to Zola, bring him down to 3. Since we switched, I will spend endurance here to do surprise attack, doing 3 damage to an enemy. That will be Ultimate Bioservant here, defeating him. Then I'm going to spend resize to go back down to tiny form, using that to remove 1 threat from this scheme here. And then spending this on another surprise attack, this time doing 4 damage to Zola himself. Oh, I could draw a card too. Hold on. We're going to save the strength, spend endurance instead. You know what? No, yes. Do surprise attack, defeating Zola, bringing him down to 0 HP. Phase 2 comes out. We are up to 16 HP. When revealed, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion and reveals it. Shuffle the encounter deck. We're just going to take Bioservant here. Of course, he gets toughness. Can't do anything about that. We have to ready everything up. I don't like that we have 5 HP right now. That I'm not a fan of. We have to shuffle everything up, which means extra encounter card on top of all of this. Things are going to be really ugly this turn. This might be the turn that everything falls apart. Just because we get an extra encounter card, We have an acceleration token out there. We've got the minion and Zola himself, and we have no allies in play. Not a 1. All right. 1 card here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 drawn. So what do we have in hand? Anything that can help us? A bunch of allies. A whole bunch of allies, which is good. Discard Hulk. Okay. We've got a bunch of options here. Good, good, good. But I don't know how this is going to go. So 2 threat goes on the main scheme as well as one of these counters. Zola's going to attack. I feel like I have to defend. I don't feel like I have a choice here. So we're going to defend with Ant-Man. An attack of 2. Place 1 test counter on the main scheme for each test counter there. Zola gets +1 scheme and +1 attack for this activation. So he gets 2, 4 attack. And that, with my 2 defense, will just be 2 damage. Bring me down to 3. Ultimate Bioservant attacks, bringing us down to 2. Yeah, first game indeed. We are on turn 7, and we're surviving with only 2 HP right now, but somehow still alive. Somehow. Let's go ahead and deal with our 2 encounter cards before going into turn 8. First up, Zola's Mutate. Discard cards on the top of the encounter deck until a tech attachment is discarded. Attach that tech to Zola's Mutate. That's a treachery. We need to reveal a tech attachment. Come on. Do we have any left in here? Oh, there's one. It's actually one from Ant-Man, from Yellow Jacket. Attached to Yellow Jacket if able, if not attached to the villain. Well, I guess discard cards in counter deck until a tech upgrade is discarded. Attach that to Zola's Mutate. I mean, this has to be... I think this supersedes that. So we're just going to do this. It gets 3 uses. All right. So it's 3 uses of that, which I don't like. We're in a terrible place right now. Now we have another encounter card. Time Displaced Soldier, Insight 1 and Surge. Insight 1 is not something that helps me. And Surge means another card comes out, and that is another side scheme. So we went from completely under control to completely out of control very, very quickly. Incredibly quickly. Okay. Oh, man, that is bad. Okay, we're on tiny form at least. We'll use... How do we want to do this? Got Army of Ants, that's helpful. We're going to spend this strength to get Hulk out there. Hulk's going to attack Time Displaced Soldier for 3. He's out. Now we have to discard a card. It is 2. It's discard Hulk, unfortunately. Wow. All of that and we lost Hulk. That's not great. That's the gamble of Hulk all the time, but man, that's not what you want to see. I guess I can spend these 2 to get Bug out here. It's the best I've got. It is the best I've got. We will use... I have to use Army of Anza. That has to happen. What's his total? We're going to do 1 damage with Bug to get rid of this tough status card. And then these 3 will do 3 damage to Ultimate Bioservant. We're going to actually switch to Alter Ego form. Heal a damage. Take that. We need it. Ready everything up, and hopefully next turn, that's going to go over. I know that. We're going to have a whole other mess to deal with, but I wasn't going to survive this round without switching to Alter Ego. So let's figure this out. Surprise attack is going to be really helpful. So we have to add 2 up here, which is going to defeat this. So this is going to move over. I believe these go away. Each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion and reveals it. Shuffle the encounter deck. We're going to take one of our choice. We get to search, right? So let's take just another one of these Ultimate Bioservants here. Does get toughness, unfortunately. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place a test counter here if there's 3 or more. Discard cards until you get a minion. Alright, same thing as before. Now Zola's going to scheme, and that's pretty bad. Wait, do the math for scheming. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do the math for scheming. Because this was at 4. So that was going to bust just with the acceleration token here. I have to do the math for scheming now on this, unfortunately. So that's 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or are you saying that before I switched to Alter Ego? Gotcha, yeah. Good point. I think it's too late now, obviously. But the problem was I wasn't going to survive. I guess I could have defended with Bug, but then I only had 3 HP, and then these 3 would have defeated me. So we'll see what happens now. Fortunately, it's a scheme of 3, 4, 5, 6, and this boost card, which is 0, so we will survive the scheme. Oh, wait, nope, that's 7, 8 right here, and that is the end of it. Did forget about this counter here. Alright, well, it was going to end this turn no matter what as I see it, because I only had 2 HP left when I was just tiny form Ant-Man, so yeah, that was going to be the end of it no matter what, but nice try. Thank you for trying to help me out there. I'm going to count this up, clean it up, and we'll be back for our second attempt. Be right back. I think we are about ready now. So everything is about set up. So we've got our first initial setup of the particular challenge we're facing, which is Zola and Master of Time. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, it's for Marvel Champions. If you're not sure what game we're playing, that's the game. If you're not sure why we're playing, it's for the Solo Champions League. It's a semi-competitive way of playing Marvel Champions. Check it out. There's a link below if you're interested. So, we had a good start to the last one, but not so much a good finish, right? We got to turn 8. We did get to the second phase of Zola, which I'm pretty proud of. I am pretty proud of getting there. But we did not, in fact, beat him. We ended up with like 4 villains all at once there at the end, and things just kept stacking from there. So we're going to try again, because we get 3 attempts, right? I guess I should get my HP all squared up. 12 HP. Let's see what our first 6 cards are here. War Machine, Mockingbird, Resize, Spider-Girl, Army of Ants, and Valkyrie. Okay. These are all pretty good options. Okay. Let's get rid of War Machine. And I think that's it. I think we'll, we're probably not going to use Valkyrie either. It's tough to call. Oh yeah, we'll take those 2. Yeah, I'll draw 2 cards. All right, we got another resize here. Risk Gauntlets, not really going to do anything with Risk Gauntlets. All right, we're going to switch to... We're going to switch to Giant Form. In doing so, we'll use that 1 damage to get rid of this Tough status card. Then, I do want to get Risk Gauntlets gone so we can get Army of Ants out here. And the other 3 will be used to get Mockingbird out here. Unfortunately, use Mockingbird to stun Zola. And then use her to do 1 damage to this guy. And then 3 more damage getting rid of him. Alright, not exactly how I wanted this turn to go. I don't like that test subject is still up there, for instance. But that's what we're looking at. So, 1 threat's going on that main scheme as well as one of these counters. He's stunned, so he's not going to attack. But we do have to do 2 encounter cards due to test subjects. First up, Gang Up, so he's going to attack. 2... We're just going to take this first attack. 2... 3, 4, 5. Yikes. That was a bad idea, I guess. Going down to 7 HP. Then, Zola's Mutate. Discard cards until you discard a tech attachment. Let's see what we got. Attached to Zola's Mutate. Oh, is that it? That's it. Attachment gives +2 hit points and gains Retaliate 1. So that's what we're looking at here. Okay. Do I want Army? I think Army of Ants is the way to go. And then spend the other 2 to get Team Building Exercise out. So we'll spend Moment of Triumph to get Army of Ants out here. Oh, but then I can't because that costs 2. Man. Do I risk the 1 Army of Ants to get Brawn out here? I think Brawn's going to be a little bit more useful right now. So there's Brawn in all his glory. We'll use Brawn to do 1 damage to Zola's Mutate. He's going to take 2 forward, unfortunately, but he will take her threat off of here in the process. We'll then attack for 3 against Zola's Mutate. And we're going to use Mockingbird here to clear this off. So no more 2 encounter card turns. Switch to Tiny Form. In doing so, we can take 1 threat off a scheme. We're going to go start working on the prison here. And then use Army of Ants to do another damage to Mr. Mutate here. Okay. what I got. Let's see if it was worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got surprise attack. I do like that. Moment of Triumph might be nice. In fact, that'd be really nice. If I switch to giant form and do Moment of Triumph, that's pretty good. That might be the way to go. Okay. So. Right there. Zola's going to attack. We're going to defend with Mockingbird. That's an attack of 2. Place 1 test counter on the main scheme. That is unfortunate. That goes there. So then we're going to have to count that up at the end of the next turn. That is going to defeat Mockingbird. Then Zola's mutate attacks. We're going to take that 2 damage, going down to 5. And then an encounter card. Oh, really? Alright, let's get another attachment. Unforgiving. It's already going so much worse than my first attempt, and only like the second turn. This is more like what I expected, though, I'll be honest. Where are these attachments? You know, there's really so many in here. It's so strange. They're just not showing up. Not really many attachments at all in the Kang set, though. So, attachment minion with the most blah, 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 blah. Attachment minion gets plus 2 hit points, and then all of that jazz, too. Okay. Okay. Not looking forward to this. So we're going to spend this 2 to get Ironheart out here, which allows us to draw a card. Then, we're going to, first off, use Army of Ants to do 1 damage to the Zola's Mutate. Switch to Giant Form. 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 7 he can take. We'll do that 1 damage then to Zola's Mutate here. And then we're going to spend Hive Mind to do Surprise Attack, which will do 4 damage to Zola's Mutate. So that'll do 4 damage there. And then we'll spend Moment of Triumph to heal 3 damage from that. Since we went over by 3 damage, we're going to heal 3 damage, basically. Oh, I hope that ends up being worth it. We can then attack for 3 against Zola's Mutate here. Take another damage, because I believe he has Retaliate 1 now, right? Oh, he doesn't retaliate. Nope, that's the other one. No retaliate on him. Perfect, because now Braun's going to attack him. Boom. We'll go ahead and bring this down to 1. I don't think I did the extra damage to Braun yet. So he's at 5. He has 2 more hit points, unfortunately. Not going to be using Nick Fury. Not going to be using him before, so I'll just discard him this turn. We'll use Ironheart here to do 1 thwart. And we'll just clear off the main scheme, I think. Okay. Zola's Mutate is still dangerous. We'll see how it goes. You'll pay for that's pretty useful. Tigra's useful. Giant Stomp's okay. So, how's You'll Pay for that work? If I do You'll Pay for that, I can't do anything else. So we're just going to have to let everything happen. So that's 1 threat here, as well as 1 of those counters, but we're already at 3, so this goes away. And a new minion comes out. Which is really bad, because it's Kang. It's Kang! What are the odds? Alright, Zola's going to attack. We're going to defend with Ironheart. So that's 2. 3 damage, getting rid of Ironheart. Zola's Mutate's going to attack with 2. 4. We're going to defend with Braun. Place a test counter out there. And it'll get 5 damage. Okay, that's definitely going to get rid of Braun, unfortunately. Just throwing these guys out there as sacrifices. Kang attacks. I can't really... I guess I could defend, but I'm not going to. 1, 2 damage to me, bringing me down to 6. Okay, and then before turn 3, encounter card. Quick Strike, 2 damage, just take it, going down to 4. I haven't seen the helmet yet. I could really use that helmet. Alright. We'll go with 1, 2, 3 to get Tigra out here. Three, 4, 5, and he has 2 more there. If he has 2 more, 3, 4, 5, then we'll just use Tigra. After she defeats a minion, she heals that damage. So she'll just heal that damage right back. And that'll be over. So at least Tigra's as useful as she can be. We will attack of Ant-Man to end Berserk here. We're going to switch to Tiny. We'll use Army of Ants to get rid of this Tough. And since we switch to Tiny, we can remove 1 threat from a scheme. We're going to do the side scheme there. And that's the best I can do, I think. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Not great options. Really not. I mean, I've got Endurance, which will help since I don't have the helmet yet. It's just evading us somewhere in the bottom half of that deck, it looks like. But we're looking at a pretty rough turn here. So, 1 and 1. He's going to attack. Tigra's going to defend for us at least. That's 2, 3. She's gone. And do I have to? I guess I have to defend against King here, don't I? I feel like it's the only way. Don't like it. I can at least use You'll Pay for that, though. So you know what? We'll just take it and hopefully survive. So 1, 2, 3 damage. We're going to use Pin Particles to pay for You'll Pay for that. In doing so, we can 1 threat from a scheme for each over our 1 threat from a scheme for each over. So we're going to go 1, 2 to get rid of this. So we'll draw this, and the third one will go here. We will take 3 damage, though, going down to 1. And since we use that in Tiny form, we can draw a card also. So we'll see if that worked for us. It may not have. It may have been counterproductive. Okay. Into the Fray sounds nice. It will definitely get rid of Kang. In fact, I think we'll use Army of Ants to do 1 damage to Kang. And then I'm going to spend the other 3 here to do Into the Fray, doing 6 damage to him, and I can remove 1 threat from his scheme for each excess, which was 1 excess. Thank you. And then I'm going to switch to Alter Ego, heal 1 instantly, and then recover for 3 going up to 5. It's not ideal. I don't want to go to Alter Ego, but I feel like I don't have a choice. I had 1 HP. Okay. 1 threat, and then these counters go away because we're getting another minion. At least we know it's not Kang. Oof. What an awful time. No minions were left in there, which means we just get this acceleration token prematurely, and we shuffle up this deck. Not great. Zola's going to scheme at 2 plus a boost card. That means Kang is just shuffled right back in there. There's all sorts of awful things happening now. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. I have done no damage to Zola yet. I just want that known. Went all the way through the deck in only 3 turns, and I have done no damage to Zola yet. He's going to scheme for 2 3, 4. And then we're going to get an encounter card before turn 4. Zola's Mutate. Going to get another attachment on him. It is this one, which gives him +2 hit points and retaliate 1. We're going to recover for 3 to go up to 8. Still no helmet from what I understand, right? Yep, no helmet here. I'm going to spend 1 and 2 to get Hulk out here. I'm going to spend 1 to get Army of Ants out here. I'm then going to switch to Tiny Form, which will remove 1 threat from the scheme. Use these 2 to do 2 damage to Zola's Mutate. And then we're going to use Hulk to attack him for 3 and hopefully not lose him. And that's what happened last time. We lost him. We have to discard a card. It's a punch, which means do 2 damage to an enemy. We're going to do that to this guy here. So that's 6, 7, which is exactly what this guy has. So he's gone. Somehow we have managed to get through this a little bit longer. A little bit longer. All right. There's my helmet. Finally have my helmet. All right. Encounter. Boom, boom. Zola's turn. He's going to attack. That's 2. We're just going to take it. 2, 3. I don't want to live that life, but I feel like I have to. We got to use Hulk to his fullest on this next turn if possible. And then we have, before turn 5, an encounter card. And it reads, Berserk Mutate Quick Strike for 2. We'll take that on Hulk. Hulk's going to... if Hulk defends against that, though, he's out this turn. We're just going to take it because Hulk can take the Berserk Mutate out. In fact, we will start the turn with Hulk taking out the Berserk Mutate, which will do 1 damage to him. And then we have to discard a card. It is a... it's discard Hulk. He's done. Does Hulk work for anyone? I swear I never get him to work. He always betrays me. 1, 2, 3. We use that to get Ant-Man's helmet out. And since we spent pin particles, I can draw a card. We'll use these 2 Army of Ants to do 2 damage to Zola, bringing him down to 12. And we'll use Ant-Man to thwart for 2. Yeah, you're right. He is. I could have done that last turn. I could have had him defend against Berserk Mutate, but I really wanted him to take that 3 attack and take out the Berserk Mutate. I can't do toe-to-toe. I mean, I can't take that hit right now. I could switch to Giant Form, and doing so I could heal for 2. And I feel like I really have to do that. So we're going to switch to Giant Form, heal for 2. Which also allows us to deal a damage, which we will, to Zola. Needed that 2 health. Can't afford to do toe-to-toe. No time soon, in fact. So I'm just going to discard it, in fact, and ready everything up. And get our hand size of 4 ready. Where's Hercules when I have like 15 minions out there? Somewhere in the deck, that's where. Alright. 1 threat. Oh, it's actually 2 threat. Did I miss that last turn? I might have. Zola's going to attack. I feel like we have to defend. So we'll defend, so that's 2, 3, 4, but I have a defense of 3, so that's just 1 damage. And then it's an encounter card before turn 6. Test subjects. Discards cards until from the top until they discard a minion. Reveal that minion. All right, minion. Oh, Insight 1. All right. Well, I guess there's the minion I wanted for Hercules, right? Relentless Assault, though, is pretty useful. So we're going to switch to Tiny Form. Use that to... We can draw a card for 1. But also, we can do 1 threat removal. I'm thinking it's time to say goodbye to the stage 1 villain. Wait, did I not do enough encounter cards? I was supposed to do 2. Discard an upgrade. So we're going to lose one of the Army of Ants, an upgrade or support. Worse and worse and worse. So... I mean, Relentless Assault sounds nice just to get rid of him. We can... Yeah, we'll just do Relentless Assault. So we'll spend 1 and 2 to do 5 damage to him. So that's going to be 2 more damage to Zola because of overkill, bringing him down to 9. And then we'll use Army of Ants to do another one, bringing him down to 8. And then I'm going to switch to Giant Form, which will allow me to heal 2, going up to 6. And doing so, I can spend Wasp for Surprise Attack, doing 4 more damage to Zola, bringing him down to 4. It's not perfect. We're going to get another minion. We're going to be on stage 2, which is, I think, a second new minion. But you know what? We're alive with 6 HP, and I'll take it. Oh, we're going to have to shuffle our deck. So that's going to be, in fact, another encounter card as well. This is going to be an ugly turn, to say the least. I know I say that a lot, but there's a lot of ugly turns built into this encounter, I think. Pretty unavoidable. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how this goes. We got Lockjaw, which I'd rather just have in my discard pile. Endurance might be useful at this point. Moment of Triumph is good, but I don't think I'm going to have anything of that low health. So it's either get Lockjaw out with these 3 here. In fact, that might be my best move when I think about it. I can at least draw a card because of Ant-Man's helmet. So we might be okay. First of all, this is going to get cleared off because we are about to bust this. That just goes over because of the regular acceleration. So each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion and reveals it. Shuffle the encounter deck. That starts with 1 on it. For a minion, did we have that Biomutate? Where are you? Where's that Biomutant Servant? There you are. Ultimate Bioservant. I don't know why I can't remember that name. Alright, get a toughness on him. Shuffle everything up. I don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to find out. So, Zola is going to attack. We're going to defend for 3, so that's attack of 2. Place a test counter up there. It's an attack of 3, which is entirely blocked by Ant-Man. Bioservant is going to attack for 1, bring us down to 5. And then we have 2, 3 encounter cards because of this test subjects over here. First one up. Kang. Toughness and Villainous. Next up. Zola's Experiments. Thank God that came out after Kang. That's another acceleration token, which is really bad. And Zola's Mutate get another, because of this, we have to attach 2 tech attachments. One for him and one for that. That's bad. That's really bad. That's a tech attachment. He's going to get a second one. Where are they? Oh, in the discard pile. Oh man, that's bad. Shoot, I think it was this far in, and then I had to shuffle. I have to shuffle these now to make that up. That's a bad mistake. So basically, this one was discard from the deck until you get a attachment, and this is the topmost card in the discard pile. Since I peeked at all of those cards, I have to shuffle it up. That's the only fair way to deal with it, I think. So he's going to get another attachment, which is the same one, I think. Yeah, he's going to double up. So now he has 9 HP and retaliate 2. Wilder's King and Ultimate Bioserver. This is just the end of the world. That's all this is. Yeah, it's bad. Okay, we can switch to Tiny Form, which will allow us to draw a card. That's not going to be any use right now. Okay. This is just the end, I think. There's nothing I can do, so... You can spend Lockjaw to get Endurance out. And that'll get us 3 HP, bring us up to 8. Then we can spend 1, 2, 3, 4 to get Lockjaw out. We'll use Army of Ants to get rid of what? This tough status card, I guess. And then we'll use Lockjaw to do 2 damage to this Bioservant here. 1 to himself. Oh, 2 to himself, sorry. Oh, this is ugly. Should be 3 over here. 3 threat, not 3 damage. Oh, you know, I switched to Tiny Form so I can remove 1 threat. So that's the good news. That's it. That's my turn. That's really bad. That's really bad. Alright, we have 5 cards, including Wasp. And Wasp. And Surprise Attack. Alright, so that's 1. We're going to get 3 threat in the main scheme, unfortunately. Zola's going to attack. Lockjaw's going to defend for us. That's an attack of 2. 3, it's the end of Lockjaw, for obvious reasons. Bioservant attacks for 1, we'll take it. Zola attacks for 2, we'll take it. And we're just going to take Kang's. 1, 2 damage from Kang, bring us down to 3. Alright, come on, before turn 7, we have an encounter card. It is Exhaust Your Identity, and it gains Surge. Master Plan, place 4 threat on each side scheme. Relentless. Relentless. Alright. Somehow I'm alive. I didn't expect to be on this turn alive. We're going to keep trying, right? So, got Wasp, which, I mean, that's kind of necessary, but using that surprise attack feels good too. We can use Army of Ants here to do 1 damage to this Bioservant. When we switch to Giant Form, we can do another damage, which will clear this guy out. And we also heal 2 damage from ourselves, bring us up to 5. Now, since we did that, I'm going to spend Wasp here on surprise attack, which since that will allow us to do 4 damage to Master of Time here. We'll get Wasp out here, spending Endurance to get 1 extra hit point on her. And she can do 3 attack, which she will use to get rid of Kang for us, I think. Or she could be an easy way of getting rid of picking away at Zola. Zola's mutate here. No, I think she gets rid of Kang. So she has an attack of 3, which defeats Kang. So he's just gone. Somehow we got through this to some degree with 5 HP only, but through it nonetheless. We're going to discard Swarm Tactics. Won't be needing it. Alright, you got another army of ants and a surprise attack. Those are the 2 things I want to do next turn. Let's try and make that happen. That's going to go up by... That's an acceleration token. 1, 2, 3. That is now at 7 of 8. That's not good. Zola's going to attack. We will defend. Can I afford to do that? I think I have to... No, we have to defend. It's the only way. 2, 3, 4. Does just 1 damage to us. And then he attacks for 2 more, bringing us down to 2 HP. If I didn't defend, I'd already be dead. Then we have to do an encounter card before turn 8. Surge and Insight 1. That Insight 1 is going to do us, though. We are now at 8 up here. Man. So close, yet not close at all, because there's still 4 health in phase 2 of 3. Oh, man. I was looking forward to the next turn, getting Army of Ants out there, doing a surprise attack again. Oh, well. Alright, we're going to clean up, pack up, deal it all out again, and I will be back for our 3rd and final attempt. See you soon. All right, we are back, just about, almost set up. Getting ready for our third and final attempt at this Season 6, Round 3 of the Solo Champions League. If you're not sure what the Solo Champions League is, it's just a semi-competitive way of playing Marvel Champions. Basically, we all play the same setup, but we get to build our own deck. We get to choose our hero or aspect, or one or the other at least, and you get to get ranked each round based on how well you did. How well you did is kind of measured by how clean your board is at the end, how much health the villains have, how much health the heroes have, how much threat is out on main and side schemes, all that sort of stuff. It's a lot of fun, I think. Check it out below. If you're here because you already enjoy the league or the videos or whatever it is that brought you here tonight, if you're thinking about ways you can support the league, there's a few ways you can do that. You can keep playing, keep watching. Definitely. I'm not cruel. I'm just not afraid of challenges, I guess. No, it's nothing like that. It started actually in season 1. Round 5 was way more difficult than I intended. And from there on out, round 5 has just kind of had this reputation of being the most difficult challenge I can think of. And sometimes it's happenstance and sometimes it's on purpose. A lot of the times it's just I've built a calculator to kind of estimate the difficulty of any given combination, and this one has definitely won out as one of the more difficult ones. So we're going to see how it goes when the league stats come out, but going into it, it was already known to be one of the more difficult possible combinations. So we're going to see how that goes. But anyway, if you're interested in supporting these awful, evil efforts, consider checking out the Patreon, where you get rewards like mid-round results, specials members-only rounds between seasons, and shoutouts in the videos. Also, if you're interested in something more tangible, you can check out the store where we have the league mat, the stickers, the pins, all that fun stuff. The stickers and pins are actually also rewards in the Patreon if that's something you're interested in. So that's what I got for today, and we are going to get on to this third and final attempt, which it's going to be a loss. We're going to see how long I can last, really, but it's going to hit hard just like the last few did. I'm going to be honest, I thought it was a loss from the beginning. It's not Ronin next season. There are going to be, here's a little, I guess, early announcement. Next season is going to incorporate some Guardians of the Galaxy content, but it's going to be 2 rounds that are Guardians of the Galaxy specific, or Galaxy Most Wanted, whatever. There's going to be 2 rounds that are Galaxy's Most Wanted specific, but the rest is going to be standard. So 3 rounds of regular, 2 rounds Galaxy's Most Wanted. I gotta say, in the Galaxy's Most Wanted stuff, I don't know how to make it not an expert mode. Like, even on standard mode, it's really difficult. So it's pretty much always going to be around 3 or around 5, maybe around 4. But it's almost never going to be around 1, 2, and almost never a 4, like I said. But yeah, Galaxy's Most Wanted, it is certainly a challenge that it's leap years, I guess, leap years? Leaps and bounds above my skill level. So hopefully other people enjoy it. For me, it's really frustrating. So anyway, we got our first 6 cards here. Definitely discard Lockjaw whenever possible, because you can play him from over there anyway. Risk Gauntlets isn't really going to do anything for me. Neither is Giant Stomp. Hive Mind might. And Pin Particles will, and Hulk is always nice. So yeah, we'll draw 3 cards. One of these times Hulk is going to work for me. Alright, we got an army of ants, we got Pin Particles, we got options. So we're going to spend Genius here to get Hulk out on the board. I'm going to switch to Tiny Form, spend Pin Particles to get Army of Ants out, which will allow us, well, when we switch, we can take a threat down. And when we did that, we can draw a card. We can then use this to get rid of the Tough status card. We're going to spend these 2 to do Hive Mind, remove 2 threat from a scheme, 1 additional threat for each side scheme, or for each army of ants I have. So that's 1 more threat removed from here. All right, then we have Hulk. He's going to attack for 3. So that's 3 damage here, and then let's find out what Hulk does. That is a punch. That is an additional 2 damage. We're going to do that, just getting rid of him. So what are we looking at now? We're looking at... Oh, we still have Ant-Man's Thwart. We're going to use that to get rid of test subjects. I do not want to deal with that extra encounter card. So we still have Hydra Prison out there, but only with 1 threat on there. But Zola, and we got Hulk here with only 1 damage, so I'm actually feeling okay. I think that's an okay start. I'd like to see the helmet, but Army of Ants early is good too. We got Surprise Attack, Bug, Brawn, Moment of Triumph. That's some options. Alright, you and you. Zola's going to attack. We're just going to take it from the outset. That's 2. 3 damage, bringing us down to 9. And then before turn 2, we have an encounter card. Trigger test subjects. Oh, you're right. What does that do again? Okay, I have to reveal a minion. So that's this guy, which is another attachment. This guy and his attachments. It's gotta learn to let go, man. Alright, come on. Anything. I feel like it's always one of these. Okay. And then I still have to do an encounter card. Oh, he would have attacked me. He definitely would have attacked me, so that would be another 2 damage. We're going to defend that with Hulk, I think. Still get an encounter card. Test Subjects is back. All that work to remove it, and it's just back. Okay. Okay. No mercy. No mercy. Alright, not optimistic here. We'll go with 1, 2, 3 to get Brawn out here. He can do 1 damage to this guy, which will actually be 2 damage to Brawn. But we'll clear this off, and we can add this to our hands. Once this one defeated, that just goes to my hand, right? Yeah. So that's the good news there. Oh, but that was going to be 1 damage to this guy. We'll use this to do another damage to him. We're going to Thwart of Ant-Man to clear this off, which is going to give me another minion. Man, just beating me up, huh? I really want to use Surprise Attack, but I think the way to go is just get Bug out here. Just get Bug out here. And we'll just use him right away in order to get rid of this tough status card. Not liking this. Lots I can defend with, at least. Okay. 1 and 1. Zola's going to attack. We will defend Zola's attack with Bug, I think. So that's 2, 3, 4. Goodbye to Bug. And then this Mutate's going to attack. He's got an attack of 2. I think we're just going to take that one to go down to 7. And then we're going to have... we're just going to take that one too. Go down to 6. Turn 3 with an encounter card. It is attachment. Attach the minion with the most remaining hit points. Without another copy of defensive programming. So he's got 5 left, so it's going to be him. He gets another 2 hit points and gains guard. That's terrible. That's just terrible. Well, first of all, we're going to use Hulk to do 3 damage to Ultimate Bioservant here. And then we're going to do his ability. Look at this card. It is a... discard Hulk. Discard Hulk. We'll use Brawn to clear this guy out. And remove a threat up here. Army of Ants to do a damage to Zola's Mutate. I'm almost considering Giant Stomp, but if I do that, I can't really do anything else. If I do Mockingbird, I can at least have something to defend with next turn. Alright, we're going to do that. We're going to spend 3 to get Mockingbird out here. Stunning Zola. Then we will attack. You know what? No, we'll just thwart for 1 to get rid of this. I'm not going to save War Machine. We're going to switch to Giant Form, which will do 1 damage, which we'll just do to Zola here. Zola's Mutate. And I can still attack for 3 if I want. But he does have a... If I do that, he has 2 Retaliate, unfortunately. Gotta do something. I gotta do the 3 damage. It's the only way I'm gonna get through this. 2 Retaliate, bringing me down to 4. That's a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of 9. Hey, 7 of 9. And then you only get 4 cards. And we get another minion in a second here. 1 here, clearing this off, getting another minion out. It's gonna be something. Kang, Master of Time. Zola attacks, but he is stunned. We're going to have Kang attack, but we're going to defend that with Mockingbird. That's an attack of 1, 2, 3. That's the end of Mockingbird. And then Zola's Mutate's going to attack. He's got an attack of 2. I don't have great options next turn. I'm not looking forward to this. We're just going to defend for 3. So I won't take any damage there at least, but we have 1 more encounter card. Shadows of the Past. This should be a real quick loss. There's that, and these 3 can get shuffled in. Alright, all those tech upgrades are useless now. Wrong tokens. And this guy here, he has Retaliate 1 while I'm in Giant Form. Alright. This is just about the end. We have done no damage to Zola yet. Just want to remind that. I like reminding people of that. We're going to spend 1, 2, 3 to do Into the Fray against Yellow Jacket. Deals 6 damage to him. For each point of excess, I can remove 1 threat from the main scheme. So that's just going to clear out the main scheme, unfortunately. We can use Brawn here to do 1 damage to Kang, get rid of that, and removing 1 threat. Switch to Tiny Form, removing this. Use this to do 1 more damage to Zola's Mutate. Forgot to do this here. And that's as good as I can ask for this turn. Alright. This is probably the end. Oh, there's my helmet, by the way. Oof. Alright. There's our 1 threat. Zola's going to attack. We're going to defend with Brawn. It's an attack of 2, 3. Goodbye to Brawn. He's going to attack for 2. We're going to just defend against that. So that just blocks it. Kang attacks for 1 plus a boost card. That's 2 damage, bringing me down to 2 HP. We're at 2 HP. We have an encounter card before going into turn 4. Turn 4. Zerg Mutate, which has a quick strike. So that's an attack of 2. So we are done there. That wraps up this this is exactly what I expect from a round 5, so that's okay. Yeah. You can blame me all you want. I get it. It is a challenge. I'm glad other people have overcome it. I did not. I will say I didn't have any time for test games this week. I had to just build a deck based on some ideas I read around the Discord. But man, this is a tough matchup, and I really do commend anyone who got through it. I could not. I maybe could if I readjusted my deck. There's definitely some allies in here I wasn't using, but yeah, that's all I could pull off. Thank you for watching. That is all I have for tonight. We're almost at the end now of season 6. There will be a season 7. In fact, there will be a season 8 and 9. I've already got plans all the way through, so there's definitely stuff to look forward to. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate you playing and watching all that stuff, so I really do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You all have a good night.